Here today. Good morning and Shabbat Shalom. As referenced in my Devar Haftorah, this is the third year for our Sanctum House fundraiser, and today is our kickoff. During the month of March, we will be accepting donations to support the women at Sanctum House, which is a safe home for survivors of human trafficking to heal and rebuild. Although many might only define human trafficking as sexual exploitation, it is more than that. It is modern-day slavery, and it is on many levels. And ladies and gentlemen, it is in our own backyard. We have speaking today the lived experience expert and resident advisor, Irene Fraziani, who is a graduate of Sanctum House. She has 5 years in recovery, and for the past 3 years has been mentoring women coming through the Sanctum House program. She's an active advocate for victims of human trafficking and domestic violence. Irene is now living a successful, independent, and sober life. She is also a successful businesswoman, making her voice known and a full-time employee of Sanctum House. We are grateful to welcome Irene to share her journey. She will be joined by Karen Moore, Sanctum House Executive Director, who will share how Sanctum House is moving forward to help more women in their lives.
Hi, once again, my name is Irene Faziani. Thank you so much for having us here and supporting us at Sanctum House. It's very important. And so I just want to explain a little bit about myself and, kind of about my experience with human trafficking. So, because it's not just a snatch and grab in the van and kidnapping and, things like that. It's a lot more. And so it's about vulnerability. And unfortunately, I grew up in a home that wasn't very healthy. And so what I've seen, the abuse from my dad to my mom, and the substance abuse was all obviously very negative, and that's what I grew up with, and that's what I thought love was, and that's how I thought it was to be treated. I grew up very poor. So with that being said, me seeing that type of life, living that every day, how my dad treated my mom, and myself growing up vulnerable with no self-esteem, so growing up, then that's what I thought as well. So I didn't, like I just said, I didn't have self-esteem, and I didn't love myself, and so I attracted, those type of relationships, and that's what I thought and accepted and thought that was good for, was abusive relationships. And I was in one for a very, very long time. And so what happens is I was very vulnerable my whole life. And so, after several years, I was really down and out. I had a substance abuse disorder and depression, and I was just very vulnerable and lonely. So when somebody gave me attention and said they would help me and take care of me, that is what I believe to be true. And that is not how it went. So it's not just like the snap and grab. I was I willingly went with this person because I thought they would, what they said, and that's not what it was. So a little bit is that I was taken and to work with a man and his brother, and then they sold me to his cousin. So at the end, I was able to get out. He's in prison right now, but that's when I was able to get to Sanctum House and change my life. Now I'm able to work there to help the other women, because the whole point of it is to be able to become independent and learn to love yourself, which I've been able to do today. But it was because of Sanctum House. It was very, very important. That helped me, and I lived there for 2.5 years. So it's not just a short program. It took me a very long time to be able to heal, and at Sanctum House, they took care of me that whole time. So now I'm able to work there and get to do things like this, which is a very wonderful experience. Thank you for having us again. We have a voice at the state level now, and we are getting ready to expand our services, and I like it. Karen knows a lot about that, if you want to say something.
Thank you, Irene, and I thank her for her honesty and vulnerability to be able to share, her experience. And that's why we are here, is to thank you for your generosity. For this is the 3rd year. I'm always amazed to come here and pick up, the tables and tables of donations. And it's really important. We've now been open 7 years. We've served over 250 victims, women, and because of our reputation for the quality of work and the success that these women make, we have a voice at the state level. Irene and I were in meeting with Attorney General Dana Nessel and the FBI and Homeland Security just last month, or January, to talk about increasing prosecution efforts. We also have a presence at the federal level. Because of the work we've done, the federal government is providing funds for us to expand our services, and we're in the midst of that right now. We're in the process of almost tripling our capacity to serve. And this is the most important thing we do, as far as, other than serving those that we serve, is community education, to thank those that support us, and then also for understanding, what is really going on, and see the face of human trafficking and the face of success. Irene is now a very successful, independent woman, and we're just very grateful for everything that B'nai Moshe has done for us. So.
And I just like to, like I said about Sanctum House, I was there a really long time, and they took care of me the whole time. I came in there with a lot of trauma in all different areas, especially my mental health. I came in there absolutely broken with nothing, and it was hard for me to believe that these people actually loved me and was going to help me take care of myself and change, and they didn't want anything in return. And that was, what they did. They were able to help me with my mental health. My trafficker didn't care about my teeth being bad, or my mental health, or any other type of my asthma, all those things. It's not like I was taken to the doctor. And so when I got to Sanctum House, they were able to get me to do that and take care of me that way. They also they offered all these different groups for us to participate in. And so one of them that was really, and they still have it today, is a group on healthy relationships. And we have that group every Thursday. And because healthy relationships was very important, I did not have a relationship with anybody, or even myself. So as I was saying, it took me a whole year, to be able to even get out and get a job, to be mentally stable. And it was at the Dollar Tree. So I had to imagine how long it took for me to even be able to get a job. And then now today I'm successfully independent. It was a lot of hard work, and Sanctum House took care of me the whole time, all the women. So I'm really grateful for Sanctum House for taking care of me, and I'm really grateful for being able to come out and, like Karen said, do community education, and grateful for everybody that helps us, because without people that are helping us like you, we wouldn't be able to stay open and keep helping other women.
Sure, I speak on behalf of all of us. Thanks to Irene and Karen for sharing these messages with us that are so important. And we are people, we're a congregation that lives by the words of the sage Hillel, who taught us thousands of years ago. First of all, Imena Nili Mili, who if I am not for myself, if we are not for ourselves, we don't take care of ourselves, then we need to do that. We need to think of ourselves and be healthy, and be strong. But then Hillel goes on to say, "Shani le'atzmi ma'ani." But if we are only taking care of ourselves, we're not thinking about others. That's not good enough either. So we take care of ourselves. We take care of everyone who needs our help in the community. And Hillel concludes by saying, "Im lo akshav imatai." If not now, when? There is no better time to make a change for ourselves, for others, than right now. Thank you for being here, and thank you to those who arranged this program for us. We appreciate this message.